Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Pearson, your elementary ELL teacher. Today, our lesson is going to go over the vocabulary words and pictures for first grade journeys, lesson 10. And our anchor text is a cupcake party. For this lesson, we're going to turn and talk. That means I'm going to ask you questions and you're going to think about your answer. Then you're going to pair up with a partner at home, or you can be my virtual partner. And then you're going to share out your answer out loud in a complete sentence or sentences. And I'm going to give you the start of each sentence. For this lesson, you will need a pencil and a piece of paper or journal page because you're going to write your numbers 1 to 10. So if you don't already have these things, push pause, get a pencil, a piece of paper, and write your numbers 1 to 10. And when you've done that, push play. Because you are going to write a vocabulary word or sight word for each of the numbers 1 to 10. And then at the end of the lesson, my challenge to you is to write your words up to 2 more times, where in the first column, you can write the word again, and in the second column, you can write the word or draw a quick picture or sketch to help you remember the word. So let's go over our learning targets. I can use pictures and context clues to help me understand important words from the story, A Cupcake Party. Here's our second learning target. I can have a conversation with the partner about the vocabulary words and pictures. So we're going to talk about them. Success criteria. That means how will you know you're successful at using pictures and context clues to understand important words from the story? And how will you know you're successful at talking about the vocabulary words and pictures? Well, here are the steps to success. I will. Number 1, you're going to look closely at each pair of pictures. 2, say what you notice or see. How are the pictures the same or similar? That's where we turn and talk. And then you're going to read each word and its definition, and then you're going to write each word and then draw a quick picture or sketch. All right, turn and talk rules. If there's someone at home, you're eye to eye and knee to knee. Make sure you're facing the speaker. And we always take turns. Number 2, first one person talks, the other person listens. Then the next person talks and the other person listens. Do not talk too long on your turn or your partner will not have time for a turn. I'm going to ask you these same questions for each pair of pictures. What do you notice or see? And you're going to say, I notice or I see. Then I'm going to ask, how are they all the same or similar? And you'll say, they both. And tell me how they're the same or similar. If you have a partner at home, or just if I'm your virtual partner, you can say, I agree with you. Say, I agree with you, Mrs. Pearson, because, and tell me why, or I disagree. I disagree with you and tell me why. First 2 pictures, what do you notice or see? I notice or I see. So make sure you say your answer out loud. Well, in the first picture, I notice someone, looks like a father or the son is giving the father bear a present. And it looks like the son, the human boy, is giving a present to his dad. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both show Well, they both show give. So make sure you write number 1, give, G-I-V-E, give, G-I-V-E. What does give mean? To pass something to someone else. Give means to pass something to someone else. So a synonym or a short definition could be to pass along. She will give a gift to her friend. Think about it, or how do I use it? Please give me the scissors. Do you think it is better to give or to receive something? So make sure you wrote give, G-I-V-E. Next group of pictures, what do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I see one finger and the number 1. And in the second picture, I notice an arrow pointing to 1. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show 1. So for number 2, you need to write the word one. O-N-E, one. O-N-E, one, a single thing. A single thing could be, a synonym could be single, which means one. There was a single cupcake or one cupcake on the plate. Notice how I can either say single or I can say one. That means they mean the same thing. There was one cupcake on the plate. So make sure you write one for number 2. How do I use it? One man and one woman watched the funny movie. Can only one child have the snack? One. And if I go too fast, you can always push pause and then push play when you're ready. All right. What do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice a big basketball and a smaller tennis ball, and the arrow is pointing to the smaller thing. In the second picture, I notice a small suitcase and a bigger suitcase, and the arrow is pointing to the smaller suitcase. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show small. So make sure you write small for number 3, S-M-A-L-L, small. S-M-A-L-L, small. There's a small ball and there is a small suitcase. Little or not big. A synonym could be little. The small red box is on the left. Or I could say the little red box is on the left. Small or is the same as little. How do I use it? The small chair was the right size for the small room. What animals are small enough to fit inside your pocket? Small. Next group of pictures. What do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice a woman is putting something on the shelf. And in the second picture, it looks like someone put or threw away something in the trash. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show put. So for number 4, I want you to write put, P-U-T, put, P-U-T, put. Put means to place a thing in a certain spot, put. A synonym or a similar word could be to place. They put the party hats on their heads. So you could also say they placed the party hats on their heads. How do I use it? Please put the glass jar in the sink, or please place the glass jar in the sink. Have you ever forgotten where you put something? Or have you ever forgotten where you placed something? So put is the same as place, put. Hey, we're halfway through. What do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, it looks like the man is about ready to eat a hamburger. In the second picture, it looks like Garfield is eating a big bowl of spaghetti. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show eat. So for number 5, I want you to write eat. E-A-T, eat. E-A-T, eat. Eat means to chew and swallow food. To chew and swallow food. A synonym or a shorter definition could be to chew food. The children eat pizza at the party. Or you could say the children chew pizza or chew and swallow pizza at the party. So, how do I use eat? Sammy will eat a sandwich for lunch. What foods do you like to eat for lunch? So, make sure for number 5 you have eat. Number 6, what do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, it looks like someone's placing something or picking it up, some lemons. In the second picture, a monkey is giving flowers to another monkey. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both show. They both show take. Oh, so the girl monkey is taking the flowers and the person is taking a lemon or an orange from the bowl. Take. T-A-K-E. So make sure you write take for number 6. T-A-K-E, take, take. Take means to get something. So the girl monkey got some flowers, and the person got a piece of fruit from the bowl. So a synonym could be, or a shorter definition, to get. They both take some balloons home. They both take some balloons home. Or they both get some balloons to take home. All right, how do I use it? I will take the rake from the garage. What do you take or get out of your backpack? So you could say, I will take the rake from the garage, or you could say, I will get the rake from the garage. Or you could say, what do you take out of the back of your backpack, or what do you get out of your backpack? Those words mean the same or similar. So make sure you write take, T-A-K-E for number 6, and then we're going to move on. If I'm going too fast, push pause. Number 7, what do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, it looks like someone put some bread in the oven. In the second picture, the chipmunk is putting some cupcakes or a cupcake pan in the oven. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show baked. Baked is past tense for bake. So first you write bake, B-A-K-E, and then past tense, you put the D at the end. Baked, B-A-K-E-D, baked. B-A-K-E-D, baked. What does baked mean? Cooked in an oven, baked. So they cooked the bread in the oven. They cooked the cupcakes in the oven. A synonym or a word that means the same or similar is cooked. So he baked the cookies in the oven. He baked the cookies in the oven. You could also say he cooked the cookies in the oven, although it sounds better to say baked. Have you ever baked a cupcake? What steps do you follow? So he baked the cookies in the oven. And have you ever baked a cupcake? What steps do you follow? So make sure for number 7 you wrote baked, B-A-K-E-D, baked, means cooked in an oven. Next group of pictures, what do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cupcakes. In the second picture, I notice that the chipmunk is decorating a cupcake. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show cupcakes. So this is a compound word. First write cup, C-U-P, cup, and then you write cakes and you put it together. It says cupcakes, C-U-P, C-A-K-E-S. 1 cupcake, 2 cupcakes. Cupcakes. What are cupcakes? Small round cakes baked in cup-shaped containers. That's why they call them cupcakes. They're in cup-shaped containers and they're small cakes. Cupcakes. A synonym or a shorter definition could be small cakes. They're tiny little cakes. Her favorite cupcakes are vanilla with pink frosting. Her favorite cupcakes are vanilla with pink frosting. Do you like cupcakes? If so, what is your favorite kind? So cupcakes, C-U-P-C-A-K-E-S, cupcakes. Next group of pictures, what do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I noticed 4 children are dancing to some music. There's decorations. It looks like they're having a fun time. And in the second picture, it looks like someone is celebrating a birthday. They have hats on and a cake and candles. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show a party. So for number 9, write party, P-A-R-T-Y, P-A-R-T-Y, party. What is a party? When people get together to have fun or celebrate something, they are having a party. When people get together to have fun or celebrate something, they are having a party. So what's a synonym for party? A word that means the same or a short definition? Celebration. So another word for party is celebration. Fritz went to ask his friends to a party, or Fritz went to ask his friends to a celebration. Party. Would you like to have, what would you like to have at a party? So what would you like to have at a party? Would you like cupcakes, ice cream, pizza? What are some things you like at a party? So make sure for number 9, you have party, P-A-R-T-Y. Here's our last group of pictures. What do you notice or see? I notice or, I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice a fir tree or some sort of pine tree. In the second picture, I notice a tree with a big trunk, and also it has green leaves and not pine needles. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show a tree. So for number 10, you are writing tree, T-R-E-E, tree, T-R-E-E, tree. What is a tree? A tall woody plant with a main trunk and branches. A tree is a tall woody plant with a main trunk and branches. A synonym or a word that means the same could be a plant with trunk. So a plant with a trunk. Fritz lives in a tree trunk in the story A Cupcake Party. Fritz lives in a tree trunk in the story A Cupcake Party. Think about it. What is your favorite kind of tree? Why is it your favorite? So make sure you wrote the word tree. Now we're going to check your work. Make sure you wrote all 10 words correctly so that at the end of the lesson, you can write your word again. And then in the second column, you can write the word a second time or draw a quick picture. All right, number 1, give, G-I-V-E, give, to pass something to someone else, give. Number 2, one, O-N-E, one means a single thing, one. Number 3, small, little or not big, small. Number 4, put, P-U-T, to place a thing in a certain spot, put. Number 5, eat, to go somewhere, past tense, eat. Oh, eat isn't to go somewhere. Miss Pearson made that wrong. Eat means to chew. So I'm sorry, boys and girls, I have the wrong definition for eat. So eat means to chew and swallow food. So eat means to chew and swallow food. Number 6, take, to get something, take. Number 7, I'm going to go back. And if you need to, push pause. Make sure you have all 5 of these words. Number 1, give. Number 2, one. Number 3, small. Number 4, put. And number 5, eat. If you need to, push pause and make sure you have all of these words spelled correctly and written in the right spot. And then when you're finished, push play. All right, moving on to the next one. Number 6 is take, T-A-K-E, to get something, take. Number 7 is baked, B-A-K-E-D, cooked in an oven, baked. Number 8, cupcakes, small round cakes baked in a cup-shaped containers, cupcakes. Number 9, party, when people get together to have fun or celebrate something, they are having a party. And finally, 10, tree, T-R-E-E. Tree is a tall woody plant with the main trunk and branches. So check to make sure you have all these words spelled correctly. 6, take, 7, baked, 8, cupcakes, 9, party, and 10, tree. So if you need to, push pause. Make sure you've written all 6 through 10 correctly. When you're finished, push play. Because now it's the end of our lesson. At the top of your page, here's your learning target. I can use pictures and context clues to help me understand important words from the story A Cupcake Party. 4, would you give yourself a 4? I could teach this lesson. I easily said how each pair of pictures were the same. 3, I was able to say how most of the picture pairs were the same. 2, I was able to say how some of the picture pairs were the same. Or 1, I was not able to say how any of the picture pairs were the same. So write your reflection grade at the top of your paper. Would you give yourself a 4, a 3, a 2, or a 1? So now I'm going to skip over this. Now we're at the end of our lesson. It's time to challenge yourself. Get your crayons or your pencil. A rainbow, write your words up to 2 more times. You've already written your words 1 to 10. Now in the first column, write your word again. And in the second column, I want you to write your word again or draw a quick picture or sketch. Thank you, boys and girls, for doing the vocabulary words and pictures with me. Have a great day.